where are we?
We're at T-Bones, getting chicken parm and chocolate cake.
Getting dessert?
Yes,
How come?
because I ran the race, and I get to get a dessert.
And you finished third.
I earned it. I finished 3rd out of 3. I gotta check those numbers, actually. I'm gonna look that up right now. Alright.
No, I think it's perfectly straight. No, it looks crooked now.
Yeah.
In the screen.
Oh. I guess we'll see later.
Yeah. We got 50-50 shot of one of us being right. Well, it's more like 85-15 of you being right.
Hurricane Lee canceled the swim. They canceled it Friday. They wanted to wait, but they said the safety team said that they weren't gonna let the swim happen. So
What made you want to do a third triathlon after doing one last week?
So this one was on my mind all year, but I knew that I wasn't like in shape. So I really didn't give it a whole lot of thought, and I didn't sign up for it. But when I was at Pilgriman last weekend, this guy that I was talking to while warming up, and then another person that I knew that happened to be there, they were both talking about how they were doing Wallis Sands. So it started to go through my mind again, and then I knew the weather might be bad, so I waited to sign up until it looked like the weather was going to be decent. So literally I signed up, and then I think just like a few hours later they canceled the swim. So which is fine. I hate wearing my wetsuit, and it's definitely a wetsuit swim, so we're gonna do duathlon, which I hate, but it's good to be outside your comfort zone. That's why I do it.
A lot of triathletes seem to have a problem. Do you run into issues finding a Sherpa to join you this early in the morning?
You can ask me whatever I want. I'm the one who decides whether or not it goes in the video.
On that note, early morning thoughts on your triathlon.
Why? I'm not sure why I keep signing up in the shape I am, but I do like Wallis Sands. I've done it twice. Apparently I might have signed up in 2020 and it didn't happen. I'm not sure.
Oh, COVID?
Yeah, I looked and it showed it on my history, but luckily I only paid like $60. I signed up early. It's going to be a duathlon. They canceled the swim, so I can't say that I'm overly excited about that, but I honestly, my hesitance was the swim because of needing a wetsuit out here. So I guess it's kind of a good scenario. I just feel like I'm so slow running that it puts me in a huge deficit right off the bat in a duathlon. I'm not the fastest swimmer, but I still am somewhere in that bottom 20. So, but this is a really pretty bike. Looks like it's a little breezy so far as we head out there. Hopefully the wind is in our favor going along the ocean, because that can be bad. But it's just going to be nice out, so I'm looking forward to it.
Sweet. One question a lot of people have is, how do you manage to find a Sherpa to get up with you so early, so many times?
I'm not so sure that the Sherpa gets up that early. I think that might be one of the reasons we're running late today.
Are there any tricks to finding such a dedicated Sherpa to follow you wherever you go?
Coffee and gas station breakfast usually do the trick.
there.
Next. Yeah, here I did.
Please make sure you sign the town of Bryce waiver.
Here.
You never do it over email.
Yeah. Well, all the less swimming, you don't have to get down there for you know.
You see Amy anywhere?
No.
Congratulations on winning the female sprint triathlon relay. Team Watson. All right, we'll keep our eyes out for Team Watson. In the meantime, we'll move on to the men. And the male relay, same age group for the men. Jeffrey Trail.
They canceled the swim ahead of time, but they said that it looked great this morning, but I guess there were still riptides. So we did a duathlon. I think it was just over a mile. My time was 17 something. I right off the bat in the run, I don't even think I was 100 yards, and I started to get really tired in my arms, and it just all of a sudden I had some major fatigue, and I was like, I should have warmed up or something, I don't know, but it was I felt like, geez, I still have to do 3 miles after I go and do a 14.5 mile bike, so I didn't think I was going to get through the race. So I did get through it, and I managed to, I think I pretty much did my slow jog through the whole thing, and then hopped on the bike, and I knew, because I was gonna be so slow in the run, that I'd be pretty far back on the bike, and I ended up being I think maybe 3 people, 2 people behind me to begin with. And then I passed a guy who had a flat, who was getting his flat taken care of by bike support. Slowly I caught up with a few others on the bike, but it was, I knew it would be short-lived and that they would pass me. It just feels nice to be with some people when you're racing, but there was times where I didn't see anyone for a little bit. The course was well marked. I haven't raced Wallis Sands in several years. I definitely think they did a really good job of marking the course this year. Let's see, the bike. The bike had wind where you wouldn't expect it. Like, we'd be in a covered area with trees surrounding us, and there was this crazy headwind. And I would call this, it's technically a flat, but for people like me, I'd say it's rolling. It's just that there was a lot of long, slow inclines that if I was in better shape, I probably wouldn't have thought much of, honestly. But there was a couple people that commented they would have considered this a little bit more rolling. But I do think it's classified right. Yeah, so I got through the bike onto the I think it's Ocean Boulevard, like once you hit the water. So I was worried that the crosswinds were going to be as strong as they were in some of these points that we hit along the way, but it was actually not bad at all. So it was straight like 5 miles back up to transition. I passed another person with a flat tire. I stopped for a sec, offered to give her a tube, but I'm not really good at changing tires, and she had someone coming to help her, so I went on. After that, I came in for the run. I feel like I had 4 or 5 people still behind me on the bike, but I knew that I would see them pretty quickly on the run. And I did eventually, but I just tried to keep a steady pace on the run. I honestly only walked a handful of times. The run was so slow. I don't know if I would have been better off walking, I don't know. Once I got to the turnaround though, I doused myself in water, took a sip of Gatorade, and picked up my pace for a good, maybe a mile. I felt like I had a decent pace. And then at the turnaround, there was 4 people behind me, a man and a woman and 2 younger women. And I just kept trying to keep ahead of them, to try to keep my pace up, use them to push me a little bit. But they eventually, the 2 younger girls caught me. I tried to stay with them. And then the 2 people that caught up, and then everyone was super encouraging. We were like the last 5 left on the course. But I think I had pushed myself too hard to try to stay ahead of them, and then at that point I couldn't keep up with them. So I think it was just like seconds to a minute behind the people right in front of me. But we all came in at the end. So I don't know, that's my recap. Again, John, thank you for getting up super early, walking the dogs, coming out here with me, and cheering me on.
Cooking your dinner.
Cooking my dinner. The best Sherpa ever. This will be it for
taking
tries.
Your pictures.
Yeah, this really is the last race for the season.
Videographer.
Now it's all about running.
Next Sunday.
Nowhere.
Promise?
Unless there's a 5K, I gotta start doing 5Ks. So, I think that's it. I'm tired, hot. I ended up getting 3rd out of 3 in my age group. I thought I went into Athena. I signed up last minute Friday, and thought I was about to lose my money because I thought the whole race was going to get canceled.
I want to say how proud I am of Joanna this year. Threw together 3 triathlons really kind of close together. Pushed herself every morning to either swim, bike, run, got into it late, and has been pushing herself the last couple of months for some big plans she has next year, and can't wait to be part of them. She's actually motivated me to get off my butt a little bit, and taking this moment right now, if anybody is interested in being a Sherpa, at least part-time, I'm going to have a limited schedule next year because I don't know if I'll do triathlons, but I think I'm actually going to do some duathlons with her. I think it's time for me to start running. Well, I won't be running alongside of her. I'll definitely be running way behind her.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need a Sherpa.
Yeah, so we'll need somebody to carry our stuff and pick me up off the ground. But super proud of you.
Thank you.